extinguish it for lower light. How do I know? Alright, I give up. I kind of want to go up to the attic, but I don't know where the thingy is. And I can't push the thingy to open up the thingy if I can't find the thingy. So I think we just have to go. Stop farting around. Alright, so we gotta go back downstairs. Because we have the keys for that. Oh, what? Well, that's cool. I have a feeling I actually have to go up the attic then. Well, yeah. Alright, fine. Fine, unless I get lucky. Oh, right. Got it. I was meant to go back down that way. Ah, the horn. But I can't have because I don't have any pocket space. The whole pocket space thing, really? A real downer. I could have said traps for him. Oh, well that would have made that easier. That would have made that a lot easier. Also, I didn't know that this is. Maybe there's much life upstairs we didn't notice. But the city gates also probably. Is this how people navigate this city? This feels really unnecessary. This feels unnecessarily complex and cavernish. Cavernesque. But apparently this is how people navigate the city. Hello, good evening. Twin Minds here. We are back answering the call of the sea with our lovely, adventurous Norah here. And our screaming Gila as usual. Kitty, hi. Kitty, hi. So, Call of the Sea. Last we were here, our lovely, adventurous Norah went out seeking to find her lost husband, who had gone dark after going out on an adventure, seeking answers to her disease, where her hands go all spotted. And apparently her mother had it even worse, so there was fears that she was not going to get better. So he goes out on an adventure and sends back a letter saying he found something, and then there was a mysterious box of stuff with a note saying go to a island off of Tahiti. Yes, an island off of Tahiti. So she goes on to her adventure and finds where they landed eventually, and then starts following all of their trail of camps and notes and whatnot, finding out that multiple of the adventure group had died along the way. One of them got infected with something and then went crazy, killed another one, and I think he wandered off into the sea. I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. But yeah, it's been a harrowing tale for not only her husband's adventure group, but her following their trail. So we have gotten to a point where we found this lovely temple, where, by the use of her own voice, the temple opened, whereas the adventure group beforehand used some jury-rigged speakers to crack it open. Gila, I'm talking here, bud. And she just used her voice. I mean, I think the speakers helped, but still. And then things happened. So now we are here, and there's lots of interesting stone-based technology, lovely rain, and she is feeling better than she has in many years. Just being near the ocean, listening to the call of the sea. So now it is time to step into the temple and see what comes next. I love the graphics in this game. This is freaking gorgeous. It's just pretty.
This feels like hallowed ground.
No notes left behind. We have rain blowing in from the purple window there. And of course we have a ladder.
A hole in the wall, probably caused by the rock slide. That must be the spot where they entered the temple.
So then they didn't crack open the actual door. They cracked open the wall when they couldn't get it to work. That must have been from the explosives. Well, no, because they said that they had used all the explosives to crack open a different spot elsewhere. So not entirely sure how they got this one open. Maybe it was from the cave-in that happened when they used the wrong frequency trying to open the door. There was a collapse. Someone got injured in that collapse. So maybe they found this afterward. And then we have...
Are they bathing him in black ooze?
Perhaps. Black ooze seems to be a trend here.
His hands are changing, like in my dream.
Now, we don't really have good visibility on these guys on the side. On if they are also changed, or if this is a special privilege of the man in the center.
Look at those spots. They look like mine.
He's got spots. And then...
Now he's some sort of man-fish?
Merman. Manfish.
Fish of every size and shape.
Fish. Manfish. Manfish. Oh.
This looks like the same kind of elevator that was in the campsite.
Upper floor, tunnel, ground floor, another elevator mechanism, perhaps. That is exceptionally bright.
These patterns look too familiar.
Ah, yes. Fish. Common patterns in fishes.
She sounds worried for him, I think.
Harry's been up there for 3 days now and he isn't responding. What did he find? If I could go up. ... Alright. So apparently up. Button.
Where is this taking me?
Ah. Ooh. We've got more murals.
Looks like I'm inside the giant fish head that I saw from below.
Unfortunately, we can't stand off the edge and peek.
I'm starting to understand this language.
Eternal life. I see.
This one was really hard to figure out. Good job, Harry.
Eternal, forever, infinity, etc. So eternal is the line on the right, and then life would be the semicircle on the left, I guess? Or something along those lines.
Well done, Harry. Boy, am I lucky that you did the hard part of figuring things out.
Indeed. A plus B equals AB. Their language works by combining two different symbols to create a new one.
John McCormack's Dear Old Pal of Mine? A favorite song.
I don't hear it. I mean, I hear it. There's the faintest, what sounds like a male's voice in a traditional record type sound, but it's way too faint to hear much. And I think I had the same problem when we first landed on the boat. There was a radio that we turned on that was also playing her favorite song. You can kind of hear it, but not enough. Shush. Alright, what other notes and whatnots?
God's blood. Does this mean that... Is this related to me somehow, to my disease?
Those who have God's blood are destined inevitable transformation, question mark, into a water animal to eternal life / live forever, question mark. So, yeah, we're working on that.
My dear old pal, Norah. I wish I could write something else, but a long time ago I promised you I would never lie to you. So here goes. There is no cure for your illness. What you carry in your blood is changing you, and it will keep changing you until it's done, whatever that means. There is nothing we can do to stop it. My dear old pal, my partner, the love of my life, I am so sorry. I've made so many mistakes. All those deaths because of me. Frank, DeWitt, Roy. All for nothing. Maybe Teodoro is right. Maybe we can return to the beach and build a raft to get back to Papiete. Maybe in less than a month, I could be back.
Black.
There's no cure? But he didn't finish the letter. What did you do, Harry? Where are you? I know for sure that you didn't go back home, so what? What do I do now? Are you still on the island? I have to find you.
Indeed. Sup, Demos? You're a boat. Good that you're liking the new mouse. Yeah, it is definitely a beast. It is definitely a chunky handheld beast. But once you get used to it, it's quite nice. And I know if I ever have to switch mice again, I will have a hard time adjusting to any mouse that is probably going to be smaller. Alright, all of these letters are nothing. Transformation,
this one was easy,
evolution.
I think.
Yes. Okay. So we have words, we have things. Let's check the journal. There we go, journal. So we have things. Apparently I'm missing one that says water animal. Okay. So let's go back and review the journal a bit. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if we started. I don't even know if we read back that far. I know we read out to here. The organ played a haunting tune, and some pillars of basalt rose up from beneath the sea. What a spectacular sight! What did they use this for? The final notes of the organ moved a giant stone structure before my eyes, showing me a mountain peak where a temple was. That must be where Harry is headed. As the sun rose, a light rain started. I'm almost at the top of the mountain, where the giant stone structure that the organ revealed is. The expedition built a strange metallic structure at the summit, in front of what seems to be an ancient stone temple. The members of the expedition used materials from the beach ship to build the structure. Harry intended to open the stone door with all those contraptions, but how? Frank, the engineer, seems pretty thin and weak in the pictures. It looks like he's very sick. Frank's health seems to have been getting worse and finally died. It is so sad. Such a good man. There's a sort of amphitheater where Harry and his crew built a complex sound system. Maybe crowds used to gather in this place to sing certain music to open that door? When Harry turned the sound system on, he probably did something wrong and caused a rock slide. The rock slide crushed all the tents in the camp except the one that was protected with amulets. The structure Harry's crew built is powered by a hydroelectric generator, but the waterfall isn't powerful enough to move the wheel. I finally opened the water hatch, and now the waterfalls carry a lot of water, enough to move the turbine's wheel. But it seems the generator needs a bit of tune-up. I managed to turn the power on, but the electric current knocked me out cold. Then I had the strangest vision. A desert, filled with the skeletons of odd sea creatures, and our house in Inglewood was floating there. I found my music box inside, but now it was playing music. I can't get the tune out of my head. That vision was so vivid, more than a dream somehow. And that song, I feel it's connected to the island somehow. When I got in front of the mic, the sound from the music box came into my mind, and then into my voice. With a thunderous sound, the temple rebuilt itself right in front of my eyes, and the door opened. It was weird, but I knew that it was the right song. The temple door leads to a spiral hallway with murals on the walls. Harry used an ancient elevator to climb to the top of the temple, but he didn't come back down for days. What did he find up there? The elevator took me to the second level. I'm amazed about this technology. The civilization used black ooze for everything. The upper room is impressive hollow in the fish head, decorated with murals with intricate figures. It seems that Harry discovered that these symbols were words and spent a long time trying to find their meaning. I'm scared to put this down in writing, lest make it true. Harry seems sure that there is no cure for my illness. In a vague, unfinished letter, he says my body will keep changing until the end. But what end is Harry talking about? Death? ? I think, ma'am, you have already interpreted the murals well enough to know exactly what's going to happen. Alright, so we're missing... Okay, so we're missing an interpretation of water animal. I don't see any notes for that one, because it's all scribbled out here. And then we got eternal life, eternal forever, etc. And then over here we've got transformation evolution. So I'm assuming then by the missing piece, as is kind of common with these puzzles, we'll just have to infer the last one. So what have we got? Oh. Ah, okay. We're just gonna view them all. And do. Okay. So this one has the symbol in the middle for the what I'm assuming is the black ooze, because we got this one down here for God's blood, which has the semicircle and the straight down line on the right with the dash, the vertical dash in the middle. And I'm assuming that vertical dash in the middle is the black ooze or something like that. Gotta stop doing that. And then we've got the up and down, the open circle and the closed circle, which is transformation. And then we've got the thing on the side, which is like a life or something like that. Yeah, so we got transformation, eternal. And these two are left without descriptors. But eternal is the line on the right. Life is the line on the left. And then this one's got to be either God's blood or black ooze or something like that. And that kind of matches these things on the side, which are the same symbols, but I don't think that these are a direct translation. These are just more of solving that other puzzle. And then this one. Okay. Then we have these things. Oh.
Someone punched the wall so hard that they bled. Was it you, Harry?
I see. Very possible. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, quite. Okay, so we have a whole lot of words. And I don't know if we can Oh.
I've seen this symbol in the murals
Found
several
it.
times. I guess it can be applied to both water and black ooze.
Fair enough. I was kind of wondering where that is. So we found it. And it indeed is liquid / black ooze / whatevs. Okay. So over here, we have this thing.
A complex pattern.
A complex pattern consisting of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Water animal. Okay.
Harry marked this symbol for a reason. I'd better write it down.
Indeed. Indeed. So I wonder if there's like a whole story here in these symbols that I don't quite get yet, but they all consist of the same symbols, give or take. And some of them are hidden behind, so I'm not sure we need to. But we got dot, we got up and down arrow, we have the eternal life water, so that might be the symbol for God's blood. We have the eternal transformation, we have life water, and then we have eternal life. Interesting. So what exactly am I doing to solve this puzzle? Okay. So if I push these buttons, what'd it do? I'm hearing something move. Might be just the sound of the mechanisms around, but I'm hearing it like behind my head. Let's just making sure the other ones don't move as well. Alright. So is this actually doing something? Or is it just a key, basically? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Uh-huh. But these diamonds are in... So those essentially, those would be in diagonals. And these are in orthogonals. Up, down, left, right. Interesting. What have you for me here? There we go. So we have numbers here somehow. I don't know how we got those numbers here, but we have numbers here now. I didn't see those before. So how are we supposed to translate that? Because we got transformation, and that's just purely the 2 dots. But then number 2 here is the 2 dots plus the right-hand line for the transformation, or for the eternal, or destined, inevitable transformation. So how do we translate that to these things? How do we do that? How do we do that? curious. So this is the only one that has 1 on it. And if I were to match that up with this, it's in the wrong spot. This dot here should be up here instead. But is that just... Oh, got it. Okay, I can't. If I turn my head this away, that is now the up position, and that is in that spot, which then matches up with this spot because this is the up position. Got it. And since this, the 2 dots, is the only instance where that shows up, that explains why there is only 1 dot here. Got it. Got it. Okay. So, we've got 2 instances of the eternal line, and those need to go in the 1 and 4 positions. So the eternal line has 3 of them. Well, that breaks that theory a little bit. Oh, no, there are 3 of them. Yeah. 1, 2, and 4. Okay. So that needs to be... there. Yes, there. Alright, and then... which one are you? You are the life, which is in 1, 3, and 4. So that needs to be...
This is the right combination.
there. The right combination. Apparently I didn't have to move that one at all, because that was right in the first place. Dash, dash. Hey, we did it. We did it. Ah.
A broken liquor bottle. Is this Harry's? He hates booze.
Yeah, he was kind of in a state, ma'am. He just realized that he couldn't save the life of the love of his life. He punched a wall, for God's sake. He was distraught. He was drinking. Or he was just hurling booze out of frustration. It's hard to say for sure. Ooh, pretty. Look at that. Well, he definitely made it up to here. Lovely.
It appears Harry didn't advance any further.
I can't go any further. I've tried everything. And this shit isn't working. It isn't working. What do I need? I followed the sequence correctly in my hand. I can't get that thing to work. I need to cross the river down there. Anyway, for what? So his hand.
Those are drums of some sort. I can sing, but I'm awful when it comes to playing music. Wrong. Let's try again.
I see. Or Simonsing.
This technology never ceases to amaze.
Interesting. They're pretty. They're pretty. Those appear to be the same symbols as before. Life fish. Eternal or destined transformation. The black ooze, eternal life water transformation, and then eternal transformation. I feel like those are all kind of redundant for the most part. But let's push these. Oh, hand.
Harry said it didn't work for him, so it shouldn't work for me either.
Except
There's something different about my hand.
you are spotted, man.
Anyway, Norah, you know what you've got to do.
So if it didn't work for him, where did he go after this?
My hands. Look at my hands.
Fishy.
This is definitely not a dream. And I'm starting to doubt the others were dreams too.
Oh, e. Chapter 5, Sunken.
I should be scared, but it's hard to explain what I feel, but it isn't fear. Not a bit.
Lovely.
Another one of those gates, like the one I saw in the temple.
Touch it. Touch it. Touch it.
I'm back to being me.
Interesting. Interesting.
It's hard for me to understand how these gates work. What happens every time I cross one of them?
You turn into a fish lady. Thought that was kind of obvious. Do it. Touch it, lady. Bam. Alright. So they are one-way gates. There does not appear to be a way back from each of those. What are you?
Another panel of this strange technology. What's it for?
I
Something related to the currents?
do not know. I do not know. We'll push the buttons later. As soon as I figure out what buttons I'm pushing for what reason. Oh, I cannot current. I cannot go. Alright, so is there some sort of clue as to what I'm supposed to be doing with those currents? Or am I just supposed to push buttons until it works? Which I can certainly do. Button. Okay. Button. 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 Oh, I see, I see. So this needs to be upside down because this one fills quickly and this one fills slowly. They need to meet up at the same time, give or take. Got it. Interesting that that didn't do it, though. Unless I'm supposed to time it the opposite direction. So what if we flippy? Also, does my notebook say anything? No. All right, so let's get you going slowly. No, did not time that correctly. And whee!
Wow. The island is pierced by underground currents.
Lovely. Strange fish statue. Okay. Ah, and then we have the transformation ring. The eternal destined transformation ring. Kablam. That was fascinating. Well, she's handling this quite well. I gotta say. She is not having an emotional breakdown over repeatedly turning
That
into a fish
architecture
lady.
again. Where is this gate going to lead me now?
Direction change. Yeah, I figured that out eventually. Notes. Notes. Log. Notes. Ah, Harry looks disoriented, irritable, and confused. He's never been a drinker, not even before Prohibition. In any case, there's no turning back now. I have to go ahead and find him, and find the answers to the questions I still have. So those notes were not there before because I hadn't found the other pieces. I know I should be scared about what's happening to me, but I'm not. Truth is, it's been a long time since I felt so alive. In the water, I could see my hands. They had turned into bizarre amphibian hands. Although I recognized them as my own, it's hard to put it down to words, but it was as if I were another version of myself. I've lost track of time in this place. I feel like I could stay here forever. As strange as it might seem, I feel a strange harmony with these surroundings. Everything reacts when I'm close, as if every living entity here in this lagoon welcomed me. I activated some of those gates, like the one in the mountaintop, and, well, I don't know how to put it into words, but I can breathe and move freely underwater. Indeed. Indeed. Alright, gotta do something quick here. That button. These buttons. That button. God. Bright light. It's so bright. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the rest of ourselves. We can't see if we have a booted transformation or anything like that. Oh. Ooh. That's a nice little shot. I like that shot. Look at this place. It's flipping gorgeous. They did a fantastic job
Quiet and peculiar place.
at their level design. Oh, so we have little tents and stuff. You got a button. Hands. More hands. So far, normal hands. I'm assuming that's going to change as we progress.
I wonder who used to live here. It seems it was abandoned ages ago.
They had a pool of black ooze for their personal usage.
I understood that.
I'm gonna push the button in a bit. I'm curious about the button. These hand marks are abnormal. They are not hand marks. They are more like finger swipes, which is a little bit different. Do you have your own? You also have a button. Okay. Both?
Slaves and masters and... Nicole. Wasn't Nicole in the notes?
Alright, push a button. I have pushed the button. And the thingy went down. Okay. That happened. At some point, I suspect we're going to get some sort of descriptor that will point us in the right direction for these things. Oh, you know what? I can't unpush the button, so maybe not. Maybe we just need to push the buttons as we find them. And maybe that's the goal here. Well, we got more portals down there. Oh, we got purple spiralies over here.
Primitive bowls and plates.
We have nothing visible in this one. So we've got the normal handprints over here. We've got the finger swipes over here. We've got the purple spirals over here. And then over there I see some sort of red mark of some variety I can't see.
Some slaves die. Some slaves now water animal.
Water animal. Is that what I am now? The inhabitants of this village lived at different altitudes. Some even lived inside the water. They used this sort of dam to lower or raise the water level.
I see. Okay.
It seems that each family had to agree somehow to change the water level. I'm amazed at how organized they seem to be, despite them being so primitive. Being trapped here probably made them stronger as a community.
Okay, so that's probably all the buttons I'm pushing, is the agreement to raise the water level. So they push their respective button as time comes to signify their agreement. And then this appears to be the button to finalize that, so let's go the other way. Interesting. Okay. So we've got hands down here. And those might even be yellow hands. And then we've got purple spirals on this level with the finger swipes. So maybe when I push that button, it will reset these buttons to give me an option to change the water level, perhaps.
Although they are the same style, these huts are much simpler than the magnificent architecture I've seen up to now.
Got more finger swipes. Oh.
Whoever the inhabitants were, they were living here against their will.
Yes, so there was the overlords and then the servants or slaves. Clearly there was some animosity there.
Someone vandalized this mural. Some hands look human, but others are amphibian hands.
I'm not entirely sure how you would see amphibian hands in this. I don't see amphibian hands in this. Alright. Trust your judgment on that. Now we have it down as well, but let's go up first to check the red-handed people. Yeah, red hand is the amphibian hand. Because the two fingers together kind of signifies their
It's
amphibianness.
quite disturbing to see someone's hand paintings from thousands of years ago. I feel connected to them somehow.
Fire falls from the sky, awakens God, black blood.
Alright.
Is that black blood the same thing as the black ooze?
Probably. That would make sense. Let's just push their button, because we're here. Alright, so we've pushed the 3 buttons. I don't know if there is a 4th button. But we have pushed the button at the red hands, the finger swipes, and the regular hands. I did not see a... Okay, I did see a button over at the purple spirals, but it was not in their tents. It was outside of their tents. So we'll push that in a moment here. We have another up.
How can I explain what's happening to me? What is the meaning of all this? God's blood, transformation, eternal life. I feel like I'm going through what was written in that inscription.
Indeed. Alright, and then we have another button up here, but I don't see any handprints. We just have the cracked. Ah, here we are. Here's the yellow hands.
Black blood in eyes, like in the well.
Okay. What? The button has been pushed. Alright. So this appears to be as up as I can up. But there's a different path this way. We're gonna keep going. Oh no, this is where this is where I came from. So there was there a different path up there? No. No? No. Okay. So yeah, then we go back to where we came. And there was another down I haven't gone yet. Okay, so what have we here? Do I have any explanation?
There are some hand marks made with pigments. I wonder if they mean something. I better draw them just in case.
Indeed. Okay. I cannot draw them all. I cannot touch water over here. Okay. So I can't seem to go over there. Oh, can I? Yeah, there we go. So the only thing I'm not seeing over here is red hands. Found them. Alright, so we have some sort of spirally thing. So we got, do we have anything on this side? Hard to say, but it looks like it might be replicated. So we got the spirals, the finger swipes, the red hands, the yellow hands, and the green hands in a spiral. I'm sure that means something. Yep, okay. Spiral, swipes, red, yellow, green hands, symbol order. So is that the order I should have pushed the buttons? Because that is certainly not the order I pushed the buttons. Well, all that's left is to push the purple spiral button, and we'll see what happens. Because the purple spiral button looked different than the others. All these had the pillar, like that sinks down. Whereas the other one looked more like an altar with the button on top. So that's what made me want to push that one last. I don't know if I should be doing that, so we're going to find out what happens when I push this button. We're pushing the button. Nothing happened. Kerchunk. I see. Did this one have their own? I don't recall seeing their own button over here. No, I don't see anything. Okay. I wouldn't know, Demos. I have mine on automatic rotating RGB because I didn't care to touch it. But congratulations on figuring it out. But I got a notification of some sign. Oh, okay. Button. No idea. Not a clue. Not a clue. Something's happening, I think. Alright, it's fine. It's fine, whatever. See, that's the part I don't understand, though, Demos, because your hand is covering almost the whole thing. Like, there's no seeing the pattern. That's why that's why I don't get it. And even when your hand isn't covering the whole thing, you're looking at your monitor. You're not looking at your mouse. Alright, so the buttons did reset. So I guess I'm supposed to push them in the right order. Is that top down? So I should be pushing the purple spiral first? No, purple spiral is definitely last. So we should be pushing them in the correct order, I suppose. From bottom up. So hands, green hands, yellow hands, red hands, swipies, and then purple. Button. Shit, were yellow hands up or down? I hath forgotten. Yellow hands were down, I believe. No, the descriptions were down. Yellow hands were second up, because I think there was 2 ups. Nah, dude, I got tiny hands, and I can see the pattern. I mean, it's just wholly irrelevant because I'm not looking at my mouse 99% of the time that I am using my mouse, and when I look down, I see like half the glow on the symbol on the left-hand side where the thumb is, and I can see the faintest of glow reflecting off of my finger from the mouse wheel. And that's it. The palm symbol is covered 100%, and it just seems entirely irrelevant to have colors there. All right, you are the yellow hand. So here's your button. All right, and then red hands. They made this one a bit of a journey to solve the puzzle. And then red hands. And all the way back down here for the swipies. And then all the way up here for the purples. What? Yay, I did it. I'm gonna go all the way down there to push those buttons. Oh god. Oh god. Maybe your motherboard is just doing a pass-through of light to, like, I know that there's typically like RGB control fan plugs, and if you're not plugged into those, then maybe it's not passing the info anywhere. I know one of my motherboards in the past had an RGB light on the, like one of the controller coolers, I think. I don't recall. So button. Button.
This civilization used these devices to raise and lower the water level. It's impressive.
So we have lowered the water level. Wonderful. Now I can go turn into Fish Lady. Here, I need to close that. There we go. Fish Lady time. Okay. Oh, what are you? Ah, broken. I see. Alright, so that's where I came from. We have two water flow things that are on the out currently. We have a whole lot of down. Button? Oh, it's a timed button. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. Okay, we have a timed puzzle. Not looking forward to that. Okay. Oh, and I can't open my journal in fish form. That makes sense. We can write notes in fish form, but we cannot open the journal in fish form. Got it. Alright. So here we have outward flow that I can't touch. We have button, and I think when I pushed the button this flow stopped. Did it? Or do I have to push this? Yeah, okay, so that one goes that way. I can't get into this one. Alright, let's go push this button and see where this leads me. Ah, bonk. Alright, fair. So I'm going to need to turn this one as well. So what am I supposed to do once I'm here? Because that's where it's going to lead me. Does that open up? And did I miss that? Okay. Lots of angry scribbles on this mural. Lots and lots of angry
They rebelled
scribbles.
against their masters. The slaves seem to worship two gods.
Ah, yes, the mother and the father. Which is the first one that we saw. I suppose, let's
This
get a look.
underwater town is a beautiful place, but it has also seen a lot of suffering. All the island is that way. Beautiful but dangerous. The danger does not seem to affect me, though.
So we have another tent, or whatever.
We father and mother pray to God. God punish not.
The sunken continent. Was that their punishment?
Interesting. Okay. So there's another mural over here.
Different types of creatures of the same species lived here, but they weren't free.
So I think we just have those two murals. And then, Pretty Fish. Hello, Pretty Fish. How you doing? And then with these two tents here. I thought I saw another one over here. No, I think I was just seeing things. Anything in this tent? Ah, yes. More black ooze. Oh, interesting.
So these creatures are immortal?
So I read that as the slaves rebelled and took the transformation power for themselves to turn into the fish peoples, to win the day, and to escape their servitude. All right, so yes, that does open, and then we have to take this to go wee, 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 wee.
Ah, I made it.
And it closed. Okay. Well, here's hoping there's a way out up through here. Otherwise, a trapped immortal fish person is only going to have so much to do to keep themselves occupied.
My illness has kept me from being happy. What I feel now is the complete opposite of being sick. I feel full of life and energy, even better than before my illness.
I'm glad you're feeling well. Nothing else appears to be in here, so we're going up. Ah, another transformation warpy-doo. The one that I saw through the hole that I couldn't access. Alright, we go. You know, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad life to have this place as your own home and just claim it. There's no one else here. You've got the warpy portals. You've got to transform into human versus fish lady whenever the heck you feel like. You got all the fish you could ever want. Supposedly your husband's in here somewhere. I think you'd have a great home here. Get the husband transformed into a fish too, so you're all like together and stuff. Alright, so I did see a path that way. What if I push this button? Water goes down more. Okay. I thought that was going to be the opposite direction. But okie
Now the
dokie.
water level is really low, so I can access that tunnel.
That tunnel, you say? Oh, that tunnel. Yes, that tunnel. The one that had the water flow that I couldn't get past. And I'm going to assume that we have some sort of path to get there this way.
These creatures lived like slaves. All their lives imprisoned and tortured in this place. Was it possible to live a decent life in here? If you've
I
lived
think you'd
all
be
your
fine.
life in a prison, how would you know that you are a prisoner?
I think without slave drivers, that's just called a normal life. So with all the slave drivers gone, it'd be fine here. Okay, so that's the button that we previously had to swim to open up that portal down there. This one's controller was broken. I didn't even see that. I just saw this big gaping tunnel that I couldn't access. So let's go in.
Now I can enter this tunnel.
Indeed. And we have another fish person button. Where does that go? Down there, apparently. Whoosh. Down, apparently. Oh, they're really making use of solving that flow puzzle. They're really making use of that. I'm glad I figured that out fairly quickly. But I didn't push that button. I didn't push that button at all. And
This current is quite strong. I wonder where it will take me.
we're flowing with the fishes. Fish. We're going on a magical water journey with rousing music. Oh, hi. Hello. Goodbye. Nice meeting ya. Whee! This is quite the journey.
That was quite a ride, but it's over now.
Indeed. Now, how to get back there to do it again, because that was fun. Kablam. I don't think there's a getting back there to do it again. That might have been a one-way trip. A shame, because that was fun.
That ladder. Someone set up camp in here.
How? How did he do it? I hope we find that out. Because there were multiple mentions of him not having a way through and being very frustrated and, you know, driven to drink and lamenting his soon-to-be lost wife. And yet, here he is.
Looks like a means of transportation to get to that sanctuary.
Okay. Alright. Let's go up and check this one.
Seems to show two possible courses of action. One means transformation, and the other means death?
Probably sacrifice. That's usually how these things go. So some were lucky fish people, or got luckily turned into fish people, and some were sacrificed to the gods. Great. Alright, let's go check that before we go over there and see what that is. I appreciate that she's given up on her gloves now. She's just embracing her spotty self. Ooh, that's pretty. There's a whole lot of pretty in this game.
What is this? This... Oh my god. Did I almost forget about Harry?
Oh no. Don't forget about Harry. But more puzzles.
Somebody painted these symbols on the wall.
More puzzles. Alright. Is this a math problem? This almost looks like it might be a math problem. Spirally thing equals 5 zigzags. I plus zigzag equals that thing plus zigzag equals spirally thing. So that tells me that this is probably a 4. So this is a 5, this is a 4. And then this I would be a... also a 4? No, that ain't right. That doesn't math. That doesn't math at all. Unless it also means it's a 4, which is possible. No. No. I don't know. We'll see if we can figure it
You
out.
followed the river from the temple summit, and it took you some days to find this entrance.
Ah. White Sand Beach. Norah building a raft. Okay. Where is the sanctuary? Ruins useless. So he... ah, Jesus, that's bright. He managed to come in through here after finding a different route. So he did not go through the fish person route. He went a different way. Got it.
Harry, that look on your
Grr.
face. You look deranged.
Grr.
They seem to loathe each other.
I can't stand your lunatic face. I can't stand the noise you make when you eat. I can't stand you. I see.
She doesn't seem to care much about Harry. And she doesn't seem to be thinking straight either.
Harry's mental decline is more evident each day, but today he said he found out some place to carry out some ritual. I have to get to the bottom of this. I have to keep going. I have to keep doing what I've been doing up until now. Listen to what he has to say and go along with him. I can't stand him, but I have to tread lightly, because it's only him and me now. And the Black Ichor. I see. I see. Alright. God, it's so fragging bright.
The sun is setting. It is so beautiful.
That is very beautiful, but it's also hella bright. Like, my eyes. Alright, so that's broken. We can't go up there. It's lovely, though. I missed that earlier. You already hurt yourself with the mouse. Wow. Wow, Demos. Way to go. Oh, I almost jumped off the ledge. Or rather, I attempted to jump off the ledge, but the game prevented me from doing any serious problems to myself. Okie dokie. So, I don't think I can do anything else up there. So we go this way. And we assume that Harry managed to push forward with his deranged self. This is also pretty. It's also very pretty. Oh dear. Oh dear.
This panel looks different from the others. It's much more elaborate.
Right. Right. More complex version of other panels. Timing. So we've got the eye, the zigzag, the that thing, and the spiral, and they all appear to have different, I guess these might be timing notes, perhaps? Oh. Right. These were all the notes in the journal that I was writing while I was underwater and couldn't actually read it. This device opens the door, but only for a while. If I can aim all the currents in the right direction, I can get there in time. I figured that out. Go me. Let's also read the log. Activated more of the gates. Can breathe and move freely underwater. The currents took me to what looks like a town, a sort of cylindrical pit with houses all around the walls. It's much more modest than the ruins I saw earlier. There are murals like the ones I saw before, but they've been defaced. Without a doubt, the people who lived here were victims of the rituals. The people who lived in the sunken town were able to adjust the water level at will. Were they people like me? Is that why I felt so at home here? Is that the reason that this is so familiar to me? There was a small sink filled with black ooze. I heard some voices calling me, and they sound similar to the ones in my dream, but this time I understood what they were saying. I hope we're not missing a big piece right here. Looks like we might be, but... I found the exit from the town and dived into a long underground current. That was incredible. I'd never felt so free and full of life until now. It led me to another large hall with an opening to the exterior. There was another Harry's camp. The shocking thing was that I had almost forgotten him. How could I forget my husband? I'm so sorry, my dear old pal. Harry and the remaining members of the expedition followed the river down from the mountain peak, and after wandering some days, they finally found this entrance. Alright. So, buttons. According to this, the spiral is probably the fastest. And then I would say probably the that thing, and then the eye, and then the zigzag. Or the spiral's the slowest, because it takes 5 times as long as the zigzag. Nope. Alright, definitely timing. I was kind of sort of close. So let's do that. Oh, so close. So I was a little bit late on this one. Oh, come on. I was late on this one. Boo. Or was early on that one? I did it again. I did it again. Stupid timing puzzles.
This must be my transportation to the sanctuary.
Well, we got a boat. We got a whole friggin' boat. A stone boat, mind you. A boat made of stone that somehow floats. The wonders of technology that these people have put together. They even got a little gate. Alright, away we go. We're taking a little boat ride. Chapter 6. Falgofen.
It all makes sense. Nothing bad is going to happen to me here, as menacing as this place might look. The island, the
See
ooze,
fins.
those sea creatures. They're just defending themselves, like a wild animal against an unknown threat. That's how they perceived the expedition, like a threat. But I, on the other hand, I wasn't a threat. And I definitely wasn't unknown, was I?
Hello.
They seemed to recognize me, as if I was one of their own.
Alright then. There's fins over there too.
Everything seems
Finning.
so distant now. As if I first stepped on that white beach thousands of years ago. A full moon? It can't be. Yesterday was a new moon. Did I lose track of time, or... Maybe this place isn't subject to the laws of physics. That's the only explanation I can find for this surreal night. It's hard to believe everything is real. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'll open my eyes sometime and I'll be back in our home in Inglewood and everything will be as
Jellyfish.
before.
Well, at least she remembers
Perfectly
her home.
ordinary life with Harry.
And
my
Harry.
daily routines. My illness. That will be as before too. And then I'll need to shake off this strange feeling that I have now. Feeling that I don't really belong there anymore.
What's up, Ace?
And
Welcome.
with there, I don't mean Englewood, or Boston, or Newburyport. I mean... How is it possible that the strange events of only 2 days on this island makes more sense to me than the life that I've been living for years?
I can't help you with that one, lady. But I mean, you are turning into a fish person, so... Why does anything have to make any sense? Bunk. Oh, and it even turned sideways. How
There
lovely.
it is. The sanctuary.
Alright. Here we are. We are... Fishy home sweet home, I suspect. Hopefully she at least gets to reunite with her lost hubby. If only temporary. I still say he could be turned into a fishman and they could live happily ever after. Having silly ideas. Oh no. Care to elaborate?
So is this where you went, Harry? Was this your last stop?
Well, there's tents over there, so yes. How many tents did they bring with them, by the way? Because we have seen at least, what, 6 different camps at this point? each one of them having a tent for each of their party members. I mean, granted, there's only 2 tents left because there's only 2 party members left, but still. Like, that's 6 tents per person, if not more, so that they could set up camp at every new location. I feel like they went a little overboard with the tent management. Oh, there's even more tents over here. Alright, we're going to go right first. We're going to do exploration. See what we can find.
So I have to put my hand inside?
It's not working. Interesting. Interesting. Have to put your hand inside that thing. Alright. I mean, maybe, Ace. You might be able to increase your throughput a little bit on that.
Moby Dick. Its pages are hollowed out, and its shape is...
That's the shape of the bladey thing. So who brought this? Who brought the Moby Dick book with the knife inside?
Harry asleep in his tent. What a creepy photograph. Oh my, she sounds completely out of her mind.
I've seen the future. Eternity awaits me. Death awaits Harry. Ah, good old Cassandra. Lost her damn mind.
It must be Cassandra's.
Now, how did she take that photograph without blinding him awake? Alright, I'm gonna put my hand in.
Let's give it a try.
It's not working.
Ouch! Oh,
Ow. Okay, it's working.
what was that?
Alright, well, it worked.
Looks like a tattoo, but it isn't. Those are my spots. They've moved.
Gasp. The spots on my hand have been rearranged to form some sort of symbols. Ah, I see. I see. Let's see. So they finally found this entrance. The stone boat carried me through the subterranean river that flows into the sea. The night was strangely clear, and a full moon was shining weirdly in the starry sky. Again, this island doesn't seem to obey the laws of physics. I got off at a dock of some sort of large beach where the sanctuary is. Found a circular stone with a fish head in it, with its mouth open. When I put my hand inside it, after a moment of intense pain, the stains on my hand rearranged themselves to form a peculiar pattern. Cass seems to be losing her mind. I'd rather not think about how the two of them got along here. Or didn't get along. The flash was off, yes. She shattered her bulb so that she can get away with not taking a picture, or taking a flash. Alright, so we've got Cassandra going absolutely mad. Cass, I think I have the answer. You have to go back home and bring Norah here. Leave now, please. Alright. Alright, so we got Cass going crazy. And hubby thinking he's got the answer.
This mural seems to describe a ritual involving blood.
Ah, yes, the knife.
Dagger.
The knife indeed. Alright, alright. And that door looks to be closed, so we have to complete the ritual to open it up. Lovely. So, we've got 2 different tents on opposite ends of the beach, so clearly they were not getting along very well.
Another camp. Although it's little more than a few things scattered about.
Ah, another note from Henry. Harry?
My dear old
George.
girl.
Frank.
I never should have trusted Cass. I thought she cared about you, but she's just mad, obsessed with this place. I can't trust her to help me overcome the last obstacle. This door. I know how to open it, but what I have to do is Mix my blood with the black ooze. Am I mad for even considering that? It's the only way we can be together. It has to work, right? All this can't be a coincidence. The ritual is made for the two of us, isn't it, Norah? I wish you could be here to... Damn it. I have to think it over. I can't. Tomorrow. Leave it for tomorrow. Damn it. Stop writing.
What are you saying, Harry? Don't you see what the black ooze does? What it did to the doctor? Are you out of your mind?
I think he is indeed out of his mind. I think that is the point of that last letter that we just read. Howdy the one. Yes, indeed, the sea is calling. It is calling, and some answer differently than others. We got a bucket. We got some notes. Alright.
A library? What are you talking about, Harry?
I had a strange dream today. I was inside a vast library and gazed at vistas of another world. Pnakatos? Pnakatos. Indeed.
Was the blood of these creatures some sort of catalyst?
Blood plus black ooze, question mark?
Heavens, this dagger looks exactly like the one I have.
Dried blood and ooze. An altar? Isn't that the dagger Frank was attacked with?
Harry, what is this? Looks like the ramblings of a madman.
Norah must do it together. Change me? Question mark? I mean, that's what I've been suggesting all along. They can live a happy, healthy, productive fish person life if he changes. Because clearly, she's not going to change. They have already established that this is a permanent situation. Alright, so I was expecting another one of those stabby rings. Ah, here we are.
My God, this syringe has traces of black ooze. What the hell were you thinking?
I mean, we already know what he was thinking.
Black ooze on a petri dish.
Yeah. This game is so pretty. So pretty. Alright. Let's push the button. Do it, lady. You know you wanna.
Oh, I really hope this works.
It worked. And you're not gonna comment on that? Not gonna say, oh, thank heavens it worked? Well, okay. Alright, I think we found everything here. Was there another mural this way? There's a something this way. I can see it. There is a something this way. But I can't go that way. Oh. Well, that's a little bit of a problem. I'm assuming that's something I can get to from the inside then. Howdy Diesel, welcome. How y'all doing?
If he's behind that door, I wonder which Harry I'll find. How much would be left of the man I love? And how much of the man who has lost his sanity in this place?
I mean, this is Lovecraft we're talking about. If anyone comes out with their sanity intact, they are a very special person indeed. Alright. Eyeball. Eyeball sun. Diamondy button. Diamondy button. Something's going on here. A pit? With ooze?
It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it used for?
Looks very similar to the well that we found at the near the middle of the last time. Got similar star patterns in the middle. Okay. What have we here with notes?
Those stone statues seem to rotate with this switch.
some sort of creature. A pet? 90-degree rotation. Howl. Alright. Alright, those are words.
I wonder what this means.
Bridges, dragons, gargoyles, animals. Definitely not his eloquent self. Ah,
All these papers are riddled with incoherent doodles.
indeed. Yep, I am not going to remember that pattern. Hopefully I don't have to. Well, but we do have several patterns. We have oh so many patterns.
I wonder what this means.
Indeed. Let's go click them all and see if we can get them all in the journal. And then piece it all together.
Constellations and stars. These people seem to worship otherworldly gods.
Indeed. Were these the gargoyle things? Kinda, sorta? Not really?
A shining constellation. I better draw it.
Oh. There was a down. Luckily,
Where
this
is
lady
this
can't
door
fall.
leading me?
So we have 4 doors, or 4 constellations on what appear to be doors. We have this thing.
They carried these people here to test them. Like a challenge of some sort.
Interesting. Ugh. You and your 1-foot gap problem, lady. Okay. So, let's see what our notes say. Let's see. I found another of Harry's campsites, if you could call it a campsite. There's one tent on each side of the beach. Circular stonefish. The device to access the inner sanctuary is only activated by blood. Blood like mine. Harry, please tell me you didn't do what I think you did. Harry, tell me you didn't inject yourself with the black ooze. Please tell me that you didn't do something that stupid. Note, Harry did something that stupid. The altar left no room for doubt. I had to use that strange dagger I've been carrying with me ever since I received it in that package. After my blood touched the altar, the main door of the temple opened. We don't have any notes past that at the moment. So we have these symbols. And we have this symbol on the hand, which doesn't do too terribly much for me. So this symbol is the symbol of the center area. And then we have the various symbols on the doors. Let's go start pushing buttons and see what happens. Like this one. What's this button do?
An eye and a star. Look at the stars, maybe.
You translated that way too literally. I would have not understood that. Stars. Oh, hey.
The stars are aligned, forming a constellation that I don't recognize. That is not the same sky you can see from Earth. And if that's not the Earth sky, where am I now?
That is a darn good question, ma'am. Alright, so what have we here? Oh, am I going to have to push buttons and align the stars? Because those, none of those really line up with any of the symbols. There's some similarities to this one and this one up there. Alright, let's push a button, see what happens. Button. Well, that's a fascinating mechanism. Alright, let's push the other button. Okie dokie. Alright. Now we got buttons.
Circular stones with strange carved symbols.
Button.
These icons on the wheel are the same as the constellations I have on my hand.
Button. Okay. Because that's the one she has in her hand. Alright. Button. Do I just have to push all of them? Button. Because I can't push any of the other buttons. Like, none of them interact, so button. And button. I have pushed all of the buttons. And that does not appear to have done anything useful. I see. So I am going to have to unpush some of these buttons until we make some of these symbols, perhaps. I see. What is even the right direction to look at this from? Is it this direction? Yes, this direction. We got the big dot in the lower right. Big dot, lower right. Okay. So, if we were to attempt to make this one, I think this one has to turn off. And then this extra nub has to turn off here. Make that one. Oh, we're gonna have to open every goddamn one of these, aren't we? Alright, well, let's go investigate the one I just opened, see what happens. Dark and spooky. Got it.
They took them to a throne room. That was the final step in the ritual.
Ah. We're doing it in the wrong order. If this is the final step in the ritual. I see. We have several puzzle rooms.
Structure, riddled with nooks and crannies and endless stairways.
Oh, we're gonna get stabbed
Maybe
again.
it only hurts the first time. Ah! The second also hurts.
Maybe it only hurts the first time. Nope. Ow. Alright, so we now have more hand drawings, which means we now are going to have more options on the wheel to open up other passages. I see. Okay.
When I arrived on this island, I felt like I was trespassing. But now, I feel like this is where I belong.
Oh, nope, can't go that way. Can I not solve that puzzle? I don't think I can get down to that puzzle. Because all the stairways are broken. So, maybe we're just going in and getting stabbed and going back out again? Alright. So this is where I'm gonna have some troubles, I think. So if we were to try to do this one, that should be just two of these, I think. That one. Yeah. We're learning. We're pushing buttons.
This place is like a labyrinth. They were submerged in black ichor.
Yep. And this is back to the beach. So this is indeed the spot I saw earlier.
Harry seems to be on the brink of madness. But I don't feel the slightest hint of confusion. On the contrary, I feel my mind is more focused than ever.
So you have to be of the blood to make the transformation in the first place, and anyone from the outside loses the damn minds.
Oh, come on. One more time.
Get stabbed. Well, we got a new symbol. New symbol. Okay. So we've done the bottom two. They're getting a little bit more complex, though. So I feel like I should be able to do this one. With this one, and maybe this one here. Perhaps. And that was probably for the other door. I can't get there, so yep. That other door stayed open though, right? Yeah, that's still open. Okay. We're good. Okay, so this one. Undo that one. Do this one. And this one. For that door that's over there I can't see. That one. That one. Enjoy your lurk in the one. Yes, I already went over there. Ah, okay. So here's the puzzle from up there I couldn't see earlier.
I think I can feel the agony of the slaves, their suffering, and the effects of their transformation. It's horrifying.
Indeed. So this one looks like to get to the stabby thing.
Black and white figures.
I was expecting a little bit more context there, lady. Black and white figures, indeed. We gotta push buttons. All right, what's this button do? All right, what's this button do? Ah, I see.
Good doggies, or dragons, whatever you are.
Good gargoyles. So these are the gargoyles that were mentioned. I didn't quite understand them from his notes. So this is as far as I can go with this one. So that one needs to be rotated this direction if possible. But knowing which ones rotate for which purposes... I'm not using all of them at the moment. I have my usual my Discord mute and my Discord deafen, and I don't know what I use all of them for. There's even one that I forgot was a button, and I never remember to push it. But I'm having a hard time, and part of the reason I didn't use all of them is that they seem to only be able to map to existing normal keyboard buttons and mouse buttons, like mouse 5 and stuff like that. But you can't map them to like the F13 through F24 buttons like you can on a Logitech mouse. So I was expecting to have, 12 extra buttons worth of button to push, but instead I have to remap them to existing buttons on my keyboard, which still limits my number of available keys. So like I can't bind one of them to V for push to talk or something like that. And I was able to briefly bind it to something like Shift F1, which is supposed to translate to F13, but that only worked briefly before it just stopped working and broke. So I kind of had to monkey with it a little bit. So I think I've mapped them to, I know I've mapped a couple of them to like my numpad, since I don't use my numpad very often. But still, it presents problems. If you can find an answer, let me know. Alright, so that's that one. That's that one. And that's that one. Okay. Haven't found the white ones yet, but that might be over there. Yeah, because this is the black symbol, that's the white symbol. Okay, so let's push that. So that gives me a walking path over to there, as well as a walking path over here between this one and that one. Alright, have fun, Larkin Demos. Now we've got these buttons. That is a straight path. What does that look like? It only does 2 on either side. Interesting. Okay. That's that one. It probably needs to go that away. Okay, so that then provides a walking path all the way over to there, across through here, and I just need to go back that way and rotate that guy over to there. Good doggies. This one. That one. That's easy enough. So let me go this away. And we go this away. Dodge the gargoyle doggies. This away. Around these ways. That was easy enough. Get stabbed again.
Again? Seriously?
Yep. We're making you do it.
Ow! That hurt! Again.
Again. Okay, so we now have a new symbol, which then lets us get the complexity of this symbol. I'm not entirely sure how to do that just yet, but we'll figure it out. Oh, Diesel's pushing the Discord button. Ah, hydration. That's probably a good time to pause for a moment anyway, because we got ads starting in just a moment here, and I ran out of liquids, so I need to get liquids. So how's about we take a little savey break, because I haven't done that in a while. Oh, I don't get any more saves. Uh-oh. Alright, we'll save over chapter 1. And then we'll take a little BRB, ad break, etc. to go get some drinkies. So, BRB. Alright, we are back. I don't know why the game lost focus there for a second. There we are. We're back. Diesel, thank you for the water. We still have just a little bit left of the ad break, so we're going to sit here and listen to this ominous, lovely tune. Okay. So ad break is done. We are back. Now I need to figure out how to make that symbol. Yeah. Yeah, about that. So let's turn you off for the moment. Because that, I'm pretty sure, needs to be off. Because we only have this one and this one. Oh, I don't even have that symbol. Oh, okay. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that whole thing needs to be... I think this one just needs to be off. Alright, fair enough. You... need to be this one. Yeah, okay. And you need to be this one. And you, this one.
All the doors are open, but where is the constellation I need to open the throne room?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Where is it? It's a solid question. Alright. Either way, we're going in here. And this is probably going to give me the last symbol that I need. Which I don't know why I need it, but it's probably going to go down here. And it probably is going to help us complete whatever that says up there. Oh, we got a whole fish person related puzzle in here. Okay.
Another one of those gates. I have to get into the water again.
Have to? You mean get to? You get the joy of going into the water again.
I can feel the torment of the thousands of slaves who perished here.
I mean, that's generally a bad thing. Generally, agonizing slavitude is a bad thing. But fish person. We get to be fun fish person. Alright, and then this is, I'm assuming, the back way. So we just need to figure out what the hell we're doing under here. That way. We're going that way. Oh. That's just a quick throughway. Okay, cool. Alright, fair enough. Well, we get to get stabbed again. Yes, lady, again.
Oh, come on. One more time.
Ow. Oh, she didn't even comment on that one. No snarky mention or anything. So yes, now we have that last final symbol. A little straight line. And then there doesn't appear to be anything else to do here, so I guess we swim back. So again, the question is, how did Harry do all of this? How did he do all of this? Because he definitely went forward. Did he do all of this? Solve all the puzzles? They reclosed themselves? He is now Fishman? He did the swimming, etc.? Or did he miraculously find a different path? Alright, so, up there. Button.
An eye and a star. Look
Okay.
at the stars, maybe.
This is mostly, I'm assuming, this is my lower right again. Okay, so let's try to replicate that. We've got that one. And we've got that one. That one. Yeah, that's right. I think. And then we've got that one possibly. No, we don't have enough information on that. There's no lines, so I have a hard time without lines. That one? That one. No, not that one. This one? This one. That one. This one. That one. Not that one. Not that one. None of these really works. Let's go with that one, because I think that one is the closest. Yeah, that should be right. And then this one is probably the new symbol. New symbol. Hey! I did it.
The door to the sanctuary's open. It's time to find out what's waiting for me inside.
Is it your new fishy husband? Okay. The symbols form a constellation, which should be the thing. Let's see. Using the strange device that projected patterns on the floor, I was able to open the doors that led to more rooms. Inside those rooms, I found more circular stones and more patterns. Now I only need to open the large door. I managed to open it. I saw a constellation in the sky like none I've ever seen before, and it worked. I'm afraid of what I might find inside, but I must go. I must go. There's a black ooze door. Falgolfin. Falgolfin. I don't want to go through yet. What's over here? Nothing. Alright. Falgolfin.
There's something written in the floor. With blood. Falgolfin? Haven't I heard that word in my dreams?
Falgolfin. Falgolfin.
What a disturbing mirror. Is it made of black ichor? I feel like it is speaking to me. Oh, heavens.
I don't think heaven's got anything to do with this lady. Falgolfin. Touch it. No, touch it. Okay. So we flashied, and I did not quite see what the flashy said. I've seen a vision inside a black ichor mirror. There was a word written in blood on the floor. Falgolfin. It's not the first time I've heard it. Well, that doesn't clarify the next steps, but I can't go into the mirror. I was kind of expecting to walk through that. So, is there something behind me? Okay.
It's a pentagon-shaped symbol
Yeah.
with channels in its edges. What was it used for?
Did I miss something? I mean, it looks like I should be doing something with that big black mirror. It looks like that might be important, but I didn't see a way to interact with it beyond the initial click that let me get the whispering to stop and the little vision. And I can't go forward to touch it more. Was there anything back here again? Did it change? Aguila. Oh, there's a whole freaking behind here I didn't even notice. I was too focused on... Okay. Hi. Hello.
My God.
It might be your god, actually. Yep, I might be right. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Nothing that happens here appears to respect the most basic rules of physics.
They're more of a
However,
guideline,
as
really.
strange as it may be, it does maintain a peculiar harmony. Like the workings of a clock. Or a music box.
Back to that music box again. What's all that? That's not black goo.
Harry, is that you?
Harry, is that you? Oh. Oh.
No, 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 no! Tell me this isn't you, Harry. It can't be you. It can't be.
We're having a hard time going forward.
No, no, no! Why did you do it? Oh my God, Harry, no! In the end, you performed the ritual. You poor fool. But why? I don't understand it. Why? You knew it. You knew it wasn't going to work. You knew the ritual wasn't going to work. That's why you never sat on the throne. You didn't even perform the ritual, did you, Harry? But you wanted me to think that you had. You even left a lure to confuse me. But why?
It was Cassandra on the throne. Dead. Very much so. It had to have been, right? Felgolfin. Interesting. Okay. So we're now in her home, but now all of the important knickknacks are gone, except for the glasses. Like the pictures are all empty. A lot of the stuff on the little knickknack shelves are all gone. It's all packed up.
What really happened?
Oh. Alright.
The only person with you in that sanctuary beach was Cassandra. So if you didn't die, it had to be her.
Look at that face. That evil, conniving face.
Did she use the dagger to open the gates and carry out the ritual? You tried to stop her, but it was too late. She shot you with your own gun and left you for dead, didn't she, Harry? Because Cassandra was ambitious and would stop at nothing to uncover the secrets here. The island fueled that hunger for knowledge. You had doubts about whether the ritual would work. But what happened to Cassandra cleared up those doubts. The ritual wasn't for people like you.
She died a horrible, horrible death.
The ritual was only for people like me. But you refused to believe it until the island itself spoke directly to you. Haha Falgafen. She is our daughter. That's when you finally understood. You understood what my fate would be if I didn't come here and carry out the ritual. A slow and painful death.
I see. So he learned the truth, and instead of what the game was kind of leading us to, the game was leading us to believe that he was going crazy and transforming himself into fish person. Instead, Cassandra was the nutso one and was insistent upon completing the ritual, and he learned the truth that his wife was doomed to die if she didn't come to this island and complete the ritual herself. So he then created this mystery to encourage his wife to come here to find him, and left all of the various clues so that she would follow the trail and get to the right answer. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yes, kitty. Hi, kitty. How you doing, kitty? Hi.
So you faked your own demise and left your glasses near Cassandra's corpse. Those same glasses you never take off. And you sent me the package from Tahiti, Harry. Your picture, the key, the dagger. Another one of your scavenger hunts.
But of course, we didn't know about the scavenger hunts. We didn't know that he had a penchant for doing fun scavenger hunt type deals. We only knew that there was a mystery. I like the way this is unfolding. I like it.
And I took the bait. You made me come to this island, the same island where you almost lost your mind and your life, the same island where 4 members of your expedition perished. Why did you deceive me, Harry? You said you would never lie to me. Why didn't you tell me the truth? Why did you do this to me?
To save your life. The only way that he knew how.
Because you knew that I would never accept my fate if it meant leaving you. Right, my love? Not even if staying with you would mean a slow and painful death. So the only way to get me to leave you was to make me believe you were dead. And you chose to live a life without me, so I could be who I really am. That's why you tried to deceive me. But I know you too well, my dear old pal. We've had so many years together, so many moments of love, happiness, understanding, friendship. A whole beautiful life with you. I know what you tried to do, but I can't let you make this decision for me, Harry. Either I embrace my fate and accept what I've always been, and leave you behind. Or I reject it, and return home with you, to relish the time that my illness gives us.
Ooh.
It's my decision to make.
Oh, evil. Evil. Last minute decisions. Oh, awful. Awful. Why you gotta do this to me, game? We're gonna see both endings. Because we must. We absolutely must. So, which one is the true ending? The true ending where they live apart, knowing that he saved her life and that she gets to be who she really is, or the ending where she effectively sacrifices herself to live out the rest of her days with him. I feel like the slightly better ending is where they part their ways. Because while they will be miserable apart, he will at least know that he did what he could to save her life, and that she is living as best as she can. Because if she chooses this route and sacrifices herself, they will have unknown amount of time left together, and then she will most likely die, and then he will be left alone, knowing that he couldn't save her, despite everything that he did to try to save her, and then he will be left alone, miserable. So let's see this one first, and then see if we can reload and go back to the other one.
You were right about one thing, Harry. I would never accept my fate if it meant leaving you. I know who I really am, and where I belong. I know fate has eternal life in store for me, but an eternal life without you is worthless, meaningless.
That's a fair point.
So, I choose the slow and painful death. I'm going back home.
It might not even be a slow and painful death by going back home after having been through everything she's been through and having multiple rounds of black blood injected into her and touching her. she may have become
You
far,
staged this ruse
too
because you
gone.
love me.
and she may now have a fast and painful death.
But true love is reciprocal. So I'm also making this decision because I love you.
I mean, there is
Our
something
love is
in
greater than fate, lineage, or all the pain I can suffer.
sacrificing yourself for love. So maybe this is the true ending. We shall see.
Whatever time we have left, we'll spend together. When the time comes, it will be your hand that holds mine. And those beautiful blue eyes will be the last thing I see before I leave.
But how you getting there? You swimming? One last jaunt in the water?
So, you didn't find your husband on that island, Mrs. Everhart.
I did find my husband. He wasn't on the island, though.
But what have you been doing these 3 days? What did you find there?
I don't know. The truth about myself, I suppose. And at the same time, the reason to go back home.
I don't think I follow you, man.
Have you ever been in love, Captain Hodgson?
In love? You mean like in a romance novel?
No, that's fiction, Captain. In real life, true love stories don't end with a wedding. They end with a funeral. And the only thing that eases that final moment of heartbreaking sadness are all the good memories lived together.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever felt anything like that, Mrs. Everhart. But if you love your husband that much, he's certainly a lucky man.
We are both lucky.
Oof. That sentiment. True love stories don't end with a wedding, they end with a funeral. Ouch.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
1, 2. Don't forget the harmony. 1, 2, 3.
All my life is empty since I went away. Skies don't seem to be so clear. May some angel sentry guard you while I stray, and fate be kind to join us some sweet day. Oh, how I miss you, dear old pal of mine. Each night and day I pray you're always mine.
This was delightful.
Sweetheart, may God bless you. Angel hands caress you, while sweet dreams rest you, dear old pal of mine.
Dearie, I'm so lonely. How I miss your smile and your tender loving way. I just want you only, want you all the while. May God decree I have you back someday. Oh, how I miss you, dear old pal of mine. Each night and day I pray.
This is quite the song at the end. It's very delightful. It's also very long. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this game greatly. We're gonna go see the other ending though and see what that's like. Well,
Honey, are you all right?
I'm fine, Harry, don't worry. I can keep going.
No, listen, let's leave it for today. You shouldn't make any unnecessary efforts.
Really, darling, I'm fine.
You need to rest, Norah. Come on, I'll take you to bed.
That is the traditional foreboding cough of doom.
Even today, so many years later, I still doubt whether I did the right thing. In the end, it didn't matter. You returned home and forgave my deception. We moved close to the sea and had a few more good years, didn't we? Until you left me that one sunny March morning. I wish I could be reunited with you. But fate has punished me with a long and sorrowful life, with no other incentive than my work. Because that is the only thing I have now, my dear old pal.
So that's kind of what I suspected. He would be tormented after she left. Oh boy. Alright, so let's load up the other ending. That'll be this one. So now we have the choice of rejecting your fate and returning home to spend your last remaining years enjoying your husband's company but dying slowly-ish. Or becoming the fish person that you knew you were deep down and leaving your beloved so you both may potentially live moderately happy-ish lives.
We had a really good life. But that's not my life anymore, is it, Harry? Not after what I've been through on this island. Not after all I've found out about myself. I can't fool myself anymore. I have to accept what I truly am and leave you behind. I'm going back home.
Oh, I have to push buttons. Right. I have to push buttons.
What a lovely melody. I don't believe I've ever heard more than a few notes. Until now. For years I thought I was sick. But the truth is, I was homesick. My poor health, the pain, the suffering. It was all because of how far I was from here. Everything seems so far away now. No trace of pain, no trace of sickness. Nothing besides this place. It's so pleasant to forget everything else. Nothing matters anymore. I'm finally one of the thousands of minds connected to the Ichor. Connected with the Elder God. Goodbye, Harry.
She becomes fish. That got a little bit ominous. Welcome home, my daughter. Fish. We are fish once more. And this is going to be a swimming journey. Whee! Is that a stone fishy submarine? Oh, look at this place, though. Look at our large friend in the background. Yeah, what she said.
Okay, are you ready?
Oh, are we singing now? Hold up.
2. Don't forget the harmony. 1, 2.
Wait, why are we singing again? Wait, why are we singing again?
All my life is empty.
So interesting that we're singing again. I was kind of hoping that we'd have a different credit ending, because these two are not together right now to sing this song. But that was delightful. There was a lot to that one. It was... I don't think there was any moments where it was spooky at all. But it was definitely a Lovecraftian story. Maybe Demos. Maybe he's just remembering their singing times together. As soon as the credits are done, we're probably going to get a slightly different ending description from the guy. Perhaps. No, it wasn't spooky. It was definitely atmospheric. It was Lovecraftian, but it was much more of a lighter story than the usual psychological horror of Lovecraft. She did have that element of concern with her health and her transformation into a fish person, but the whole time she kind of took it well. She was feeling like she was coming home, so there was less of the torment, the mental anguish that usually comes along with Lovecraftian stories. But it definitely, I mean, obviously we had the fish people, the Innsmouth references. We had Dagon lurking in the background of a couple spots. So it definitely was Lovecraft, for sure. And of course we have Harry Eberhardt, who was listed, at least on his door, as a professor at Miskatonic, so of course there's more Lovecraft there. I'm currently going through and listening to as much Lovecraft as I can on audiobook, and some of the stories are definitely better than others, but I'm starting to piece together all of the Lovecraftian lore that I hadn't really ever gotten directly from the source before, since I had always gotten most of my Lovecraft from games and, well, I guess video games and board games, since I spent a lot of time doing playtesting of oh.
I love you, Norah.
And I love you, Harry.
Oh. That did not end in her coughing. It just ended in an I love
Even
you.
today, so many years later, I still doubt whether I did the right thing. I lied to you for the first and last time. And even if it was to free you from pain, suffering, and death, I deceived you. But I've paid such a high price for my deceit, Norah. Fate has punished me with a long and sorrowful life.
Boo.
With no other incentive than my work. Because that is the only thing I have now. My dear old pal.
So it ends in his torment regardless. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I mean, that's not a shock. Lovecraft hardly ever ends with a happy story. So in the first ending, where she chooses to be with him until the end, they get a couple years of happy life together before she finally passes and he lives in lonely anguish for the rest of his life. In the second ending, she goes off and joins an elder god hive mind under the sea. Who knows what level of happiness she has? It looks pretty, but, you never know. And then he just gets a lifetime of loneliness and anguish and suffering anyway. So he gets the raw end of the deal regardless. She either dies or goes off to Lovecraft hive mind. So it probably isn't the greatest ending, but that is Lovecraft for you. There are very few happy endings. And as she said, I think that line might stick with me for a while. A good love story doesn't end in a wedding, it ends in a funeral. And that is painful. That is a little bit depressing to think about, but that's true. Very few love stories end at the same time, let's say. The other ending, I would say, was a little bit better, because they at least got a few happy years together, but there was still death and hardship and loneliness and suffering at the end. The second ending was more Lovecraftian, I would say, in that she goes off to join the elder god hive mind, which leaves several questions about what that actually entails for her. Wide open ending on that one. But he suffers regardless. So at least with the first ending, they have the years of happiness together. So yeah, that was The Call of the Sea. It was wonderful. It was very gorgeous, great voice acting, lovely audio effects, great music, very, very good level design in how it all ties together and how visually stunning every single set piece is, with great lighting coming across from the sun, different times of day. It was great. It was just a great game. I see now why it got so many high marks. It's not overly well received on Steam. I mean, it's got like very good or something like that. Let's see what Steam rating says. Yeah, very positive, with just under 3,000 total reviews. So it's not like the highest scoring of all time, but it was a damn great game, and I appreciated it. And I would say it was a nice ease into the spooky season because it was a Lovecraft story that wasn't actually scary, which doesn't actually happen all that often. Well, yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So I'm just gonna call it a good night here. A little bit early, but we finished the game, and that's what matters. Gila, hi. You're distracting me, kitty. So, I hope you all enjoyed it. I did. And we have other spooky games to play as well that we're going to be doing in the near future. And that'll be it for tonight. I got nothing else to say. It was a great game. I'm done. All I see is ghost. And then a whole bunch of letters. But yeah. Alrighty. Demos. Diesel, the one. Ace. Whoever else might be lurking out there. I see your numbers. I don't see your names, but I see you. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Thank y'all for being there. I'll see you next time. Bye.